Hey up guys, what's going on? Welcome back to York City. This is the recent fixtures that we have played. Now, last we left things off, of course, with Portsmouth and Barnsley. One goal between two games, no goals conceded. It wasn't the most thrilling of encounters between us and you guys, but never mind. We followed up with 2-0, 4-0, 2-0, and then a 1-0 loss. Southend, can't really explain it. 4 weeks rest, it's not like we were tired. Not like we dominated either. They got out of the relegation zone with that win, so credit to them, but no idea where we went after this run. That, by the way, previous goal we conceded was against Exeter over a month ago at that point. And then before that, basically another month till Lincoln. We don't count Plymouth. That was a cross. It wasn't a shot. But, yeah, we've tied up incredibly defensively. Admittedly, that was what I strengthened in the summer. But there we are. Woking dispatch 2-0. Probably should have been more, but I didn't play entirely full strength, as you might imagine, against Woking. And then 4-0 against Doncaster in the Leasing.com Trophy North Group E. Rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? J'Neil too, because he decided to turn up again. He's an enigma, folks. 2-0 against Crewe, fairly straightforward. Lopez scored. Ebersbach's injured. And then Southend happened. Southend is fine. But Cambridge, who are also still in the Vanarama, although flying high in second at this point. I think we missed Cambridge. They went the opposite way to us at the point when we got promoted, because the last 2 seasons they have been in the Vanarama, and the last 2 seasons we've been in League 2, so we must have missed them on the way past, on our way up. So, guess I'm glad we get to play them now, in a weird way. The magic of the FA Cup. Well, it does mean we've had 2 Vanarama teams so far, which, fingers crossed, should make it a relatively straightforward run into round 3, where Premier League teams could await, and a big payday. Should I be confident about this? We are 4-6 favourites. That's actually surprisingly not as favourite as I thought we'd be, considering the division gap. But MK Dons follows. They are lying in 5th. After Southend, we are 3rd. We were in 2nd before that. I'm not sure how Coventry have been doing and come over there ahead of us before that or not. But yeah, they've nipped ahead of us now. Portsmouth dropped off a little bit. They've got a game in hand, but goal difference wise, they still be behind us. So they've not had the greatest things. I suppose they have been playing a fair few matches in the meantime, and they've still got 1 to catch up. Oxford, Crewe, and Barnsley with 1 still to catch up as well. So they'll play each other at some point. Here, actually, on the 5th. It's literally right here, Charles. What are you doing? I full named myself. That's how annoyed I am at myself for missing that obvious piece of information here. Anyway, FA Cup. Gillingham have already knocked out Stockport. There goes 1 Vanarama team anyway. Now, you may have seen that Lopez did score a goal in there, but I am trying out Hugh King as my primary choice. Theoretically, he is my second best striker. He's theoretically the best one here, in my opinion. So, realistically, I should be playing him and I should be embedding him into the squad. Now, we don't play MK Dons for a full week, so it does mean that we can just play whoever we want, and that means we will play the first team. Not sure why Sabara is out there. He might have taken a slight knock for the last game. But with that in mind, there are no restrictions for the bench. Actually, the lack of restrictions only means one change. Sergi comes onto the bench instead of the homegrown Tavares. That's basically the only improvement I can make on the bench at this stage. So, the team for this game against Cambridge is Dutra, Vokins, Borges, Edgar, Clark in the defence, Dean, Nacelle, Sabara, Genie and Lee Tao, and King up front. Actually, where's Ebersbach? Yeah, he took an injury, didn't he? He's out for a little while. Just thought I'd follow up on that one. John Hickman is actually back for 45 minutes, potentially. Bench for you, sunshine. So, forgot to check up on that one. Oh, I'm so glad to get him back. I wonder what the top goal scorer is. I completely forgot to look at that whilst we're on the page that tells me that. We're the favourites. Didn't really give me a lot of options on that. In that one, and off we go. Some confidence gained. That's got 2 sets of match stats. Well, I suppose it's a thrilling start to all the games, but only 4 minutes has actually passed in the match. So, oh yes, of course. I forgot the main selling point of this. He's on the ball right now. There's a reason why I'm bringing you the Cambridge match, in particular, not just because we haven't played them yet, because we missed them. It's because that's where we sold J'Neil Bennett to, and he's on this pitch. That's the main selling point. Oh, get your act together, Charles. We had a lovely exchange of words before the match. Apparently, we both like each other despite the way things ended, and my general distaste of the lad. But no, I'm sure he's a lovely person. He just can't play football for me. ever again. There we are. Sabara inwards to Nacelle. Sabara again. Working a spot to... Woo! Whiffed the post there. That's the word. Yes, J'Neil Bennett, of course. Welcome back to the York Community Stadium. Now with more seats. King. That's the selling point. King... Well, he's gone for it there. We have had 5 shots off target. I don't like this. I can't even tell him to put him up. There he is, look. Well, can't look, but he's over here. He's number 6 for them. Just to keep that on the board. That's J'Neil there, number 6, while we faff around the back here, just passing around. Nacelle, high tempo, my arse. Clark, moving forward. Here we go. Still going forward. Still going forward. Might be a pass at some point. Covered it. Sabara, Nacelle, backwards to Dean. Well, this is really high. Just double checking. Yeah, tempo higher. Nacelle, backwards to... I dread to think how slow we'd be moving this ball around if we weren't on high tempo. Now to Sabara, Lital. Outwards, probably, eventually. Here we are. Here's Clark. Ping this. Fizz it across. Fizz it across. Bokins. Your turn to fizz it. Fizz it. Oh, he's beating J'Neil. Well, sort of worked. J'Neil. Genie. Hit it. Oh, there. God. After what feels about like 5 minutes worth of game time in this highlight, Genie's finally smacked it in. Took him about half an hour to do the turn. I am on. Just double checking. Oh, I have slowed the highlight down. That might be something to do with it. But... Don't know when I did that. Genie just takes his time. There we are. And then, poof, thunderbolts it out of nowhere. I don't know how he managed to store up that power to make that shot, considering how lethargic everything else was. I don't know why that's like on medium. I don't know when that happened. Probably doing all the games in between on that. Then no wonder it's taken so long to get here. Meanwhile, no other highlights for this half. And still none. Well, that's dominant. Didn't really bother to check all the other scores. I'll probably do it now. Things going well. We're capable of doing better. Yes, they're in the panorama, guys. We're 1-0 up. We're playing a first team here. This should be about 4-0. Let's have a look, though. Port Vale, Blackpool. Not really a lot of goals. Telford beating Southport. Is that an upset? I have no idea what division these guys are in anymore since I've abandoned them. I think they might both be Panorama North, unless one of them has been promoted. Or 6th tier, basically, is the point. There's Lee Town. He's put the ball in the net. Problem solved. 2-0. That's slightly more reflective of the game. No clear-cut chances, of course. I don't know how they can't count Genie's goal as a clear-cut chance considering the time and space he was given, but okay. It's slightly less so because that was a contested ball. But it's a goal, nonetheless. 6th goal for Lee Town. Not quite as prolific as last year, but he did have a major injury, so that factors in. They've had a shot. I'm actually curious now. Telford, they got promoted at some point, and now I can't see their match to see the other side. Great, thank you for that. Don't think it's an upset then, basically, regardless then. If Telford have been promoted and Telford are winning, then that's not an upset. Clark, in as he comes. King's there. No, he's not. He was there, but so is a defender. What a highlight, guys. Yeah. League North. The magic of the FA Cup, guys. Look at the 0-0s. What a thrilling spectacle this has been for everyone involved. Show on. He scored, but let's get some legs in guard of Hickman. And we'll leave it at that. I just want to keep Hugh King out there as long as possible. He's on a 6.8. He's not had a bad shift as such yet, but Nacelle will whip that one straight in, actually. Dean's under it, sort of. Not quite. He's a little bit too under it. I always feel bad taking Genie off when he's playing well, but that's Gardner Hickman's position, so... No, I just won't... I'm not going to bother with a third change. And 28 shots, 2 goals. What a brilliant conversion rate we have. It was a let-off. We should have destroyed them. They are 2 divisions below us. Oh, some goals popped in the very end of games here. No upsets, though. Morecambe might have been promoted back up at some point. No, they're not. They're first, though. So that is 2 non-league teams as well. No surprises then. Sorry, Bennett. £60,000. However, this stage is not really that much of a dent. £60,000. Oh, gate receipts. I suppose that's just because we had more seats. Don't know how that's happened, actually. I suppose that is our first FA Cup game at home with the expanded stadium. So if we get like a Premier League team or a higher team next get round, then we should pull another one in. Medina, by the way, just a player that's not really popped up this year so far yet. Developing a little bit. His determination is not the best, but he is 18 and 2 stars, so he'll become homegrown club at some point, but trying to get him out on loan, but it's not sticking yet. It was a free transfer, so it's no risk. Oh, I just know Boston beat Bolton. That was an upset. One thing I will say about Smord, he may not be the best player, but he always gets everyone to drop every issue they've ever had in the history of ever. But yeah, he really shouldn't be. Like, mental's fine, but he's 5th in the position that he's the most natural in. I will show you the draw. That's a great pull for Chester straight off the bat. Admittedly, Newcastle have been relegated, but still, St James's still holds the same amount of people. Oh, Forest Green get a trip to Anfield. I can see the fact that we've got a message, so I do get the suspicion we might be next. No, we weren't. Okay, but it has drawn us in the background, I think. All 5 screens games been moved. That's probably what it is. Still nothing, really. Good draw for Sunderland / Wrexham. Away at Spurs. Fleetwood a championship, so don't really need to regard them. Chelsea still in the draw, just in terms of potential pulls here. Never mind, you get a Fulham-Chelsea derby. And I think we're actually out of big teams. Might be a Premier League Cardiff in there, maybe. Oh, we're at home. To Gillingham. Well, it's the same as the first game of the season. Cardiff were Premier League. It was for ice cream being moved. Considering where they are and how well we beat them already this year, feeling a little bit confident about the 4th round. That's not updated. But yeah, that one there is Gillingham again. We actually play him in the league not long after. It is kind of depressing that Lloyd South has more goals than the entirety of our strikers combined. Important wins for Oxford and Portsmouth. Keep them in their... Well, keep them both in the promotion mix. So yeah, for the first time in a very long while, League One is all on the same number of matches. And that's how it looks. 1 point off second, 3 points ahead of 7th. It's not a big buffer to fall out of those playoffs right now. So, for the match against MK Dons away from home, there's no need to change anyone in the starting lineup. The only change, of course, is bringing Tavares back onto the bench to fill up the quotas. And that's it. So, to Stadium MK we go. I'd passionately say, cause an upset, despite the fact we're 3rd, they're 6th. Never understand that, but okay, let's continue. Don't like the fact that this doesn't automatically work out what you want to have on there. There we are, there's the scores. I was about to say Barnsley were the surprise league, considering their form, but they are playing Blackpool, whose form's even worse. The reason why I'm drawing attention to that is because literally nothing is happening in this game. Oh, Gillingham are winning? I say that with surprise because at this point, before this match, they had 8 points. Well, that was a half of football. We saw none of it, but there was a half of football there, I am led to believe. I'm going to say, Clark, be demotivated. Fine, I'll bring Shao on for you later on. Why is it whenever I turn on the cameras for you guys, then the game just has literally nothing of note in it? What's happened here? It's gone out for a corner eventually, but screw it, we're going positive. I'm fed up. I want something to happen. I mean, that's obviously going to come to nothing. But a draw away at high-flying MK Dons is a useful point, I would say. Oh, here's a corner. It started with a corner, so that means something's probably going to happen, actually. Rodrigo, oh, well, that's what's happened. We've messed it up. He's just going to charge straight on goal, isn't he? That's what's going to happen here, isn't it? Yep. He's gone past Clark. He's still gone past Clark. He's hit it inside netting. That's where we are, folks. That's the level of highlight we're getting. It was a good run, in fairness, until he decided to try and finish it. Right, Shao's coming on at right back. Garham was coming on up here, and Lopez is coming up front because... no, actually. 6.2 from Leetau. Illich is coming on. There we are. Big changes. Off we go. Nope. Nothing. Still nothing. Sorry, I'm going attacking for the last 5 minutes. I want something to happen here. Well, nothing happened. And... Edgar's already made 25 appearances. And that's literally all I can say about that match. I'm not happy. Clark can shut up. It was actually a rubbish performance on top of everything else. Well, that came out of nowhere. I mean, Sunderland not having a great season, but still. Only Gillingham's 3rd win. One of them was against Blackpool, who are now below them. In fairness, they got a draw at 6th place of Rotherham. I was sort of eyeing Mansfield, but we do play him in the last 2 games of the season, and they may become relevant at that stage. So, with that in mind, that forces my particular hand right now. You didn't actually see the original Oxford game, I don't think. So, with that in mind, we will do the reverse fixture live, along with the Plymouth game that precedes it, because you didn't see them either. And that's the end of the month for December, which leaves me with January directly on the horizon. I just forewarn you, I'm not going to show you the Gillingham game because we've already played them and we play them again in that month. So, probably bring you back later, maybe at the end of it for the following episode. I'll sort that out. I'll decide on what happens after that one. But next episode will be Plymouth and Oxford. Until then, ta-ra!